Sorry, just 1 minute. Right, everybody. Welcome to week 4, I believe, of our group project phase in our iOS app development class. Right now it's nearing midterm time, and I understand that everybody has different responsibilities and midterms, exams, projects, homeworks to take care of. So appreciate everybody that still be able to that are still able to make it to the class today. And again, for all your efforts throughout each week. And if your teammates wasn't able to make it, then please fill them in on the necessary details. So for today, we'll mostly just allow you guys to build, continue working on your project with your teammates. But before that, we have just a few things to talk about. So first thing is the demo day prices. There are some changes to that again, but I'm not gonna update the details all the time. But as I say, all the things are subject to change. So I guess I will finalize it soon before the demo day, 1 or 2 weeks before. But if from all the price pool, you have something in mind that you really want, you could tell me about it. And then I will make sure that it's still included at the end. So besides that, today, also one thing, I did tell you guys about the National Demo Day that you will be able to participate in if you sign up, and you don't have to do anything, prepare anything extra for the National Demo Day if you would like. And for the National Demo Day is also, if you are selected and participate and are able to place first, second, or third, you will receive a prize money for that as well. And the first place team will get $500 to split for the team, and second place and third place with prize money too. So if you would like to sign up, I'm gonna send the link with that information to the chat right now, so that you will be able to find the link to sign up for that, and you will be able to see that. Also this is good for you to look over and learn how to design a good pitch deck so that you can demonstrate your app effectively and nicely. And the Google form is right here. Just go to that and sign up for the National Demo Day, and you will be eligible for it. All right. So also, if you would like, in our overview tab of week 10, unit 10, right here, there is a project collaboration guide that talks about how to collaborate on projects with Gits, how to split up tasks when building on your app. And it's a very useful resource in terms of properly using Gits to pull and push your code and cloning the repo. And there are some details that you have to take care of if you want to allow your teammates and yourself to be able to clone the repo properly without any conflicts and things. So this is also a useful resource for you to refer to whenever there's any problem for you, or to just preview it before you start working with Git. That help prevent certain problems. But if you do encounter any problems, the CodePath TAs are always there to help, and they're very well trained, particularly how to work with these kind of conflicts, which are very common. So if you encounter any problems, just reach out for help as soon as possible, so that you can get on track, stay on track, and build out your app smoothly and successfully. So for today, we're going to be talking about assessing the situation, assessing the progress of your app. The goal of a sprint is to plan what you can actually achieve in the sprint time frame. However, it's common for teams to bite off more than they can chew, especially in the beginning. So in the beginning, when you're just planning out what your app can do, should do, has to do, you might start building it and realize that things are not really as you thought. So take a when you assess if you're on track with building and achieving your MVP, minimum viable product, which you should always keep in mind. Take an honest look at the current status of your sprints and see if there's anything that needs to be rescoped, deferred, or removed. And if you have not started coding on your app yet, you really should get started on it this week. And if you have already started, then always keep in mind that your goal is to reach or build out the MVP as soon as possible. And for me, that will mean that you don't worry about the user interface that much. If you just have text fields here and there everywhere, and then it even looks unorganized, that's not a problem at all. Just as long as the app is able to function, you want to be able to reach that. So it's better to plan less and hit your goals than to overscope your sprints and miss targets. And that just means that to not be too ambitious with these, because you want to be as pragmatic as possible and build out everything and make sure it works, instead of having all these ideas to distract you and kind of just delay your progress. So if you have started building on your app and you have created your sprint planning since the last week and started building on it, then for this week, we want you to assess the progress of your sprints, which you always should. But we're going to talk about how if given the time that you input and what's your output, what's your result, and if things are taking longer than you thought, then start considering if you want to rescope your app, if you want to defer certain sprints behind, so that earlier on in your schedule you can build out the necessary functions instead of the maybe easy but not as necessary functions, or just straight up remove certain functions if you're not even sure if you're able to build them out on time on your schedule. So that's all. And then for this week, in our lecture, we're just gonna let you guys meet with your group and assess your sprint and adjust as needed. And if you have not started coding on your app, then maybe you can try and get started on that. And I'm also here to help for you to get started. And Arian, your teammates weren't able to make it to our session today, so I'll just be with you if you need any help with getting started on building.
Just can I just leave the meeting and then code by myself?
Sure. And if you have any questions, you can message me on Slack and go to the TAs. And then for Jiangwen and Nagato, then I would like to just check out on your progress and also give you guys help if you guys need, since I wanted to be able to meet with all of you, not all of you, but each team at least once per week, but we still haven't been able to. So during the weekly sessions, I'll just try my best to get updates from you guys. And I'll create a breakout rooms in just a second. And Aaron, since your teammates are here, I think it's best if you could still join the breakout rooms with your teammates and discuss about your projects.
Okay.
All right, the breakout rooms are now open. Feel free to join now.
So now I don't know what to do.
Hold on, let me see.
Just try creating a project in there.
Have you guys been able to do the sprint planning and identify tasks and assign tasks to different team members?
I just assigned the task to like I just assigned everything to everyone.
Okay.
So because we're gonna share it.
Can I take a look? Okay. Good job with having different main categories of tasks to create. Sprint on stories with each individual screen. And adding network methods. I believe that you already built them out mostly for the data models. And good job so far. So far early on into your planning, you probably still cannot divide them down to very small minor tasks, but it's always good to divide them down into like the very bite size, as we say, chunks of tasks, so that each time you work on a project, you can update specifically what you did, what you worked on, and if you have not complete one task, how much of the task did you complete, and all your teammates will be able to have tasks assigned, and if they're working on it, it'll be great. You can put them into the in progress section, and if they're not complete, then that's fine as well. Just be able to keep track of the progress is also very helpful. All right, so Arian, are you working on the GitHub cloning, the repository cloning?
Yeah, I just cloned it, but I can't make a repository in it. I mean, one sec. I tried making a project in it in Xcode, but it's not working for some reason. It's not, the CodePath isn't working. The project is working.
Okay, do you want to share screen and let me take a look to know what's the issue better?
Yeah, one sec.
All right. And while you pull it up, I'll just check on the other team really quick, and you can talk with your teammates.
And stuff with a recent activity. Did a project. Wait, where was the to-do list? Oh, there's issues. Wait, what is that? Yes, project feedback. Okay, what? Okay. So pretty much everything is in the issues, right? Those are kind of to-do list for us, right? Am I correct? Oh, create user. I told Tame about he has to make the direct messaging stuff. But I think everything is gonna require the database first.
Okay, that's great. If you guys need any help setting up the parse backend, and you get stuck, always message me or Min or the TAs. You'll get help as soon as possible because the other team they encountered an issue and then they just got stuck for like an entire week, didn't have much progress. So if you guys want to avoid the same mistake too, and setting up parse backend, it wouldn't take too long, honestly. Half an hour to an hour, you'll get a backend up and running.
Okay.
For sure.
Did they already started coding?
I'm not gonna tell you too much about it, but I'm just gonna tell you, both teams have very limited time, so you should get started coding as soon as possible.
Ooh.
All right. So yeah, as you say, having backend is necessary. But also, even though backend is not up yet, you can still try to work on it without.
We don't have a database.
Hmm?
We don't have to have a database.
You probably will. You probably will because this is user based, right? And you need to have user information. But you can still look into how, like, say, messaging is going to work. Or in our past assignments, we didn't work through it, and we didn't talk about it in lecture or anything. But there are resources, guys, directly step by step telling you how to have it working between users. So definitely check that out first and try to modify the codes that's available for you to borrow. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and then just change it up and see how things are going to work. And then when you have your backend set up, you can very quickly just have it, started working.
Okay.
Right. So do you also want to create a to-do item for setting up backend, setting up parse?
No, to do what?
Setting up parse backend.
Yeah, that's what we are talking about. I think John is gonna make the login or sign up the page, so he's gonna have to do the something for the parse. So I think he's gonna make the thing first, then I'm just gonna use it as well. Is it good, John?
Yeah, I'm gonna use it for the login.
Yeah, login, you're gonna have to use the parse. So for the posting part, I can use that database together. That's pretty much the plan.
Sounds good. You guys are doing a very good job so far. All right, I'm gonna go back to the other team for now. And if you have any questions, you can direct message me.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Did Arian have to leave the meeting?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Did
Not sure. No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Ajita, are you there?
I don't think she can hear. Oh no.
Okay. Then with your team, which communication method are you mostly using? Because the other team created a Slack channel for them to talk. And what do you guys, how do you guys communicate to each other?
We're using Instagram. So
Instagram, okay.
Yeah.
You have a group chat?
Mhm.
Okay, that's good, that's good. And maybe you want to message Regan and see where he is, because if he's here, then you guys will be able to make a little bit of progress. Like if he's struggling with GitHub right now, then maybe you can still take the time, maybe for now, look into tasks that you could be working on, or at least look into before he finish with his part, so that you don't have to just wait for him,
Yeah, I was going through the unit 10 thing. I joined the class today, so I'm a little bit confused on what we're doing right now, but I'm going through the unit 10.
Right, you can just go through the unit 10, and we're doing both sessions, so you can go through unit 1 and unit 2 and see that for this week we will need to learn to just assess the current situation and how to adjust tasks, the sprints, to create new sprints, to remove unnecessary ones or defer ones that are less priority. So very important part is if you guys have not started coding yet, you really should, and because you have about 3 to 4 weeks, 3 weeks, about 3 weeks to build out your app from scratch to finish, which I'm sure you can achieve because we've built our whole apps, in 2 weeks past. So if you're just modifying, existing things to fit your new app, we can definitely do it. And so what you can do now is just try to talk with your team and create your sprint planning and in very detailed parts, so that if you know this is something you've done before, then find the information about it, so that when you're ready to start coding on it, just use that right away and be as efficient as possible.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And since Gina is not here and Arian left, I think I might just wrap up the meeting in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right. Well, for the other team, Arian had to leave and Jida also isn't participating. So I'm just gonna put everybody back to the main room, since we were just planning to let you guys use this time to discuss and build, but you can do that anytime. So we could wrap up this meeting early, and I'm just gonna put everybody back in the main room in a second.
All right.
All right, and we could just wrap up our meeting for now. And a couple of reminders. You remember, for this week, we want you to create new sprints, issues, remove issues that are not necessary, or defer issues that are less priority than others, in order for you to build out your MVP as soon as possible, according to your assessment, and see how you're able to build out your app using the existing knowledge and reach the MVP as soon as possible, instead of spending too much time on unnecessary things and get behind schedule too much. So update the schedule, update the status of issues as you complete them, check off user stories in your README when you complete, and create new GIFs to show progress, which is very important. Create new GIFs to just kind of demonstrate what you have built out. If you have built out a screen or two at least, show that at least you have a segue, at the very least, how one goes to the other. And if you have been able to make network requests, you don't even have to set up the user interface, just have a text field showing what you are requesting, then that's progress. And creating GIFs to show progress will let the graders see that if you're making progress throughout the week. So again, if you have not started coding, you really should as soon as possible. And if you don't by this week, you're gonna be very behind on schedule. And lastly, our group milestone is due at the end of the week, as always, and check the course portal for the exact requirements of the group milestones. And deadline is Tuesday at midnight, as always. Hey, do you guys have any problems? Any questions? Well, if not, then we will see you next session.